Alright. Looks like we're good to go. I am SDiezal. I'm going to be doing Mighty Gunvolt. And the character of Mighty Gunvolt we're going to be running is Gunvolt himself. Gunvolt any percent. Very quick run. About 9-10 minutes. Won't be having a lot of time to explain everything. I'll try to go as quickly as possible. And I'll go ahead and count you down. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Gunvolt. Alright, Mighty Gunvolt. It is a spin-off title off of Azure Striker Gunvolt, which I'm sure you're all aware of. If you're not, it's a very good game. Everybody should pick up. It released alongside the first game. It's like a little spin-off side game to go with it. But separately, you can actually buy this game for a measly $5. There are 3 different characters. We have Gunvolt, Beck, and Ikoro. And today we're going to be doing Gunvolt. Gunvolt has 2 very specific abilities that you're going to be seeing. He has a double jump and a charge beam. We use the charge beam a lot, mostly for the boss fights. And the double jump comes in handy and a lot of tight jumps. And just like that, you can double jump to skip that section right there. Keep going. First stage here is the train stage. That was silly. It's another one of those robot guys coming up. We're going to deboost right here. And we're good. So think Mega Man, but just a retro NES 8-bit type little indie platformer. And the train boss, first boss coming up here. I'm going to be using the charge beam to kill him down pretty quickly. Stop moving, stop moving, stop moving. Alright. Good fight. So when you hold down the attack button with Gunvolt, he'll do this little charge beam that you saw there. And the idea with the train boss is you want to either get behind him or a little bit in front of him so where he can't hit you, and then just lay the charge beam on him, and he'll be dead within a few seconds. That fight can go really bad if he decides to dash around the screen. He'll dash left and right and go to the ceiling and just cause a lot of problems, but we got good there. Next stage is the school level. AKA the stage that tries to kill you with love. I don't know if you guys knew this, but Gunvolt is the speedrun that tries to kill you with love. Oh, just barely got that jump there. That's a very tricky jump. I messed that up. It's a pretty straightforward stage for the most part. Except for stop jumping in spikes. These speakers do shoot you with letters of love. Exactly. We can't find love because it's in our video games trying to kill us. If a speedrun isn't trying to kill you with love, then is it really a speedrun? Alright, coming up is the school boss. We're gonna hope to get a 1 cycle on this. At the very worst, a 2 cycle. So this boss will do 2 different attacks. It'll spawn these little monsters that will come from the ground, and these tentacles. Oh, it wasn't even close. And then once you get the tentacles and you take them out, the hitbox for the boss actually appears, which is the tongue of whatever you want to call this thing here. But I missed it on the first cycle there. There we go. Much better. So if we get in the first cycle, you use the charge beam on the tongue hitbox, And there's a little trick you can do. If you wave the charge beam up and down on the edge of the hitbox, the game thinks you're hitting it for multiple times. And you can actually, yeah, one cycle that boss. That was a strat that was found about a year-ish ago. And it's made that boss so much easier. The one cycle was the dream, and it is the reality now, so it's much better this way. Next stage is the lab level. A lot of these guys are getting our way, but nothing too bad. A little tricky platforming here. A lot of these enemies require you to kind of pre-shoot your shots there like that. You can prepare for them. I'll jump here. This is where Gunvolt comes in handy here. You can do these double jumps. Skip all those platforming sections there. Gunvolt is the only one with the double jump ability compared to the two other characters, so it does make a few sections a lot easier to get through with him. Ikoro, the girl character, has a hover ability. You can think of Princess Peach from Super Mario Bros. 2. Allows her to hover on the same elevation for a brief period. And you can skip a few sections with her, but not as good as Gunvolt. Alright, this lab boss. Pretty standard fight. We're going to be using Charge Beam. And he has a few different attacks he can do. And there he goes. So those are like the main attacks he'll do. He'll jump left and right through the screen. He'll go to the ceiling there and he'll drop these eggs. If you don't destroy those eggs before they hatch, quote unquote, there's these birds that'll fly out and just make it an entire nightmare. And then there's a third attack he can do, but we killed him fast enough to where we didn't see it, so that's good. The tower stage is kind of like the last official stage of 4 runs here. It's definitely my favorite stage of the game. These jets allow you to go pretty quickly, but some of them you want to skip, and some of them you want to take. Oh, that was rough. Just like any other classic platformer, there's different paths you can take. That jump there is tricky. You can jump that first jet and save yourself about a second, but it's a very tricky jump. The most notable thing about this stage is its boss. The boss is very RNG heavy, depending on what pattern it gives you. Oh god, get up there. So this boss is either going to give us a really good pattern or 2 bad patterns. And the pattern that we want this boss to do is levitate directly in the center of the screen, so our charge beam will hit it right away. Yeah, let's go. Good marathon luck right there, yo. And that is the 1 cycle lab fight. The only way you can 1 cycle this fight like that is if the first cycle he gives you is to levitate right in the middle. Oops, wrong button. Actually pushed back on accident. And last stage. But any other pattern that guy gives you, the fight becomes much longer. And time is going to be coming up at the final hit of this boss. Let's go ahead and get ready. Got away from me there. Pretty much the same idea here. You want to use Charge Beam. She's going to do a different bunch of attacks here. And one more hit and she's done. And time. So the way that fight works is the mirror boss pretty much has 3 separate attacks. All of them you can kind of prepare for, and then just get your Charge Beam ready. You can kind of buffer the Charge Beam like a second before you think you're going to need to use it, and that makes the fights a lot easier. Every single boss fight has you using the Charge Beam, so the more comfortable you get with that, a lot faster those fights can be. But yeah, there you go. That is Gunvolt. The other 2 characters are around the same time. This is how fast you can do this. You can do an all characters run and finish this in like 30 minutes. It's nothing too crazy. It's a nice little, very small indie platformer. Good old NT Creations made with Azure Striker. And there you go. That will do it. A 925, we'll take it. But yeah, that'll do it for me. Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it. Coming up next, let me get up the schedule here for you guys.
Coming up next, we actually have Grand Stream Saga.
Oh, yo, Grand Stream Saga. That's like one of the first RPGs I ever played as a kid. That's a good game.
Yo, nice. You might want to stick around then.
Oh, I'll be here.
Alrighty.
But yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it. I did 3 runs for this marathon. It was actually really fun to get back into those runs and do them all over again. And thanks for having me. Guys, have a good one.
Thank you for running.
Absolutely.